Welcome everyone to the Fuel for the Fire, a powerful conversation about what truly keeps us going in life. I'm Kiran Prabhu, a trader, digital mentor, and someone deeply passionate about living a purposeful, value driven life. For me, motivation isn't just about staying busy, it is about staying aligned with my mission, my values, which are honesty, discipline, and service. Today, we have some incredible guests along with us who are going to ignite new ideas, share their truths, and help us all fuel our own inner fire. We have someone with us who is on a mission to shape tomorrow's champions, Tanmoy Mahato. He is founder of Bengal Champions Academy, a concentration enhancement coach for teens. He empowers students from class 8 to 12th to score 90% plus using his powerful and scientific 7 IQ formula, focusing on concentration, confidence, and character. If you have ever wanted to understand how to light a fire of motivation in young minds, Tanmay is your go-to man. So welcome, Tanmay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kiranji.
Our next transformer turns fear into freedom, especially for women chasing their dreams abroad. Monica Verma is the founder of Axiom Educational Hub and an IELTS mindset coach. She helps emotionally stuck women clear their IELTS life skills A1 exam in the first attempt with confidence using her unique magnetic manifesting and ambition alignment method. Monica empowers women to find peace, identity, and personal power. A warm welcome to you, Monica ji.
Thank you so much, Kiran. Thank you so much for giving the chance to come.
Thank you. And now, meet the energy powerhouse himself, Amrutanshu Saroj. He is the founder of High Energy Hub, a best-selling author of Happy Transformation, and an holistic health coach. With a mission to build the world's largest society of healthy, energetic, and inspiring humans, Amrutanshu helps people manage their energy and wellness holistically. His vision is to help every individual live a joyful, free, and a fulfilling lifestyle. Let's welcome the ever energetic Amrutanshu.
Thank you so much, Kiranji, for this wonderful opportunity.
So the first section, what we have today is called as the first spark. So what drives all of us? And the thing what we are going to address today is, what does motivation mean to you personally? And what was the turning point that ignited your passion? So let us start with Tanmay.
I think motivation means to me personally, it is the fuel of desire. Just like to run the car, to run any car, we need fuel, just like petrol, diesel, or anything. It is like that. To reach our desired goal, I think, but to reach our desired destination, we need motivation every single day. To me, when I was in class 12, I failed twice. And then my self-confidence shattered. I think and I always feel that I am a failure. I can't do anything in my life. I can't do anything. And everyone who are going by my side, they are always saying, you are a good student and now you are a failed. How can I talk to you? Just like that. Their face was बेचारा बच्चा, ये कुछ नहीं कर पाया, ये गुड बच्चा है पर ये कुछ कर नहीं पाया. तो वो चीज मुझे बहुत दिमाग में लगा. और जब मैंने कॉलेज में भर्ती हुआ, उसके बाद जब कॉलेज में गया, सेकेंड ईयर में मेरा एक ट्रेनिंग आया, जो ट्रेनिंग मेरा जिंदगी बदल दिया, मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस हाई कर दिया. मैं जो फ्रस्ट्रेटेड फील करता था, फेलियर फील करता था, वो always thinking I am a champion, I am a champion, I am a champion. मेरा mindset change हो गया, सब कुछ change हो गया. और that training changed my life completely. I learned the system of learning, how to learn. I learned how to scientifically I can learn anything and everything. And then my marks go from 67% to 87% within 2 years. And the good part is I never study 2 hours more than that in one day. So that was my turning point of my life.
Now we'll move on to Monica ji.
Yes, of course. For me, motivation is not just chasing the goals. It is about living deep values. Because my father always told me that earn trust. Money is automatically byproduct. But I lost him in just one day. That day, I was broke, totally broke, but it also woke up me. It was my turning point. I had a choice to stay stuck in grief or rise with purpose. Because when I saw my mother on that time, she was so strong, rising us alone actually, never break down. And when I decided, that's why I decided I won't depend to anyone, not fear, but for freedom. Today I tell every woman, don't depend, be independent. Don't depend, be independent. That's pain become my passion actually. That's my turning point. And now I help every woman to crack IELTS, build confidence, and find their own voice. This is my view. Thank you.
Fantastic. Let's now pass the mic on to Amritanshu. So Amritanshu, your thoughts?
For most people, motivation is treated like a mood, something you wait for, like rain during a drought. But for me, motivation isn't a spark, it's a system. Motivation is what you build after you fix the energy leaks. It's not about hype or hustle, it's about how you manage your energy every single day. In 2017, I suffered through injuries, and for 3 long months, I couldn't move properly. So it wasn't just my leg that broke, it was my confidence, my mood, my momentum, and my identity. So I felt physically powerless, mentally foggy, emotionally drained, and spiritually disconnected. So I realized something terrifying. If we don't protect and replenish our energy, our whole life breaks down piece by piece. And the world is already living that breakdown every day. So if someone in your family seems lazy, unmotivated, or emotionally low, don't judge them. Check their energy. And motivation is not their problem, energy depletion is. So that one might could save a life, a marriage, a career, or even your own purpose. So let's stop waiting for motivation and start managing our energy together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amritanshu. So for me, motivation has never come from flashy rewards or external applause. It started when I realized that the real wealth is freedom. Now, what is that freedom? The freedom to live my truths, guide others, and spend quality time with family. So a big turning point for me was when I moved from my print qualification, the print industry, where I studied, to completely a different aspect or industry, which is into trading, investing, and digital coaching. So that was a big turning point. And the reason why I did that was, I chose purpose over comfort. And, I think that fire has never gone out. And that is what drives me every day. So fantastic. So that was the first round. So now let us move to the second section of this discussion, which is called as clearing the smoke. And we'll try and burst some myths about motivation. Okay, so I want all of you to think about this. See, what is that one common myth about motivation that you have seen people fall for, and according to you, what is the truth? Tanmay?
Yes. So it's my turn. Thank you so much, Kiranji, for asking that great question. Because 90% time I saw any student or me always I think that motivation, I have to do this, I have to do that. Just like when I was in the college, I thought I will get 90% marks in exam. Okay, then I put it on my vision board. Then bang on, my current result is this. So basically, my current result is 70%, and I put on my vision board that I will get 90% in my immediate exam. That is, I think, the common myth or common problem everyone or my students are uh, falling every single times I saw that. The immediate goal is the myth, I think, because we always set the immediate goal based on the motivation and not the circumstances, not the our ability, not our learning goal. Everything, when we consider everything, when we see this is my ultimate goal, then we make the steps very smaller, make the small goals, and then we can take the small actions on that goals. That's why, or that's how we can achieve our goals very easily. And that is the that is the common myth I see every time when me or my students take the goal or anything.
Thank you. Thank you, Tanmay, for
Yes.
sharing your thoughts. So, Monica ji, what are your thoughts about this? What is the myth about motivation you feel?
Yes, it is a very big question for me, and I feel that everybody uh, lives on their own myths. That is true. So for me, I'll start when I feel motivated actually. Everybody says to me, every my student always tells to me, ma'am, I will start when I feel motivated. This is the biggest myth. This is the biggest myth for her. Because actually, the truth is, I always says when you take a step, when you take a first step and motivation follows you. That doesn't mean motivation, you not take a step and motivation will not come. I have seen so many women delays their dreams of learning English or preparing for IELTS because they do not feel ready or they not feel motivated. But real growth happens when you act, even with the fear in your heart. So take the first step, even if your voice shakes, that show confidence begins. So that mix breaks.
Thank you. Thank you, Monica ji. Amritanshu, your thoughts about the myths about motivation?
The common motivation myth for me is I just need more motivation to get started. So people wait for motivation like it's a lightning bolt from the sky. They think they need to feel inspired before they act, that they will finally change when they are motivated enough. But the truth is, motivation doesn't come from before action, it comes from action. So it's not the spark, it's the result of the momentum. So you don't wait to feel motivated to move, you move to create motivation. So for example, according to the World Health Organization, over 60% of the global population doesn't meet the minimum physical activity requirement. Mostly they just don't feel motivated. And another, according to the Harvard study, people who exercise regularly are 23% less likely to experience depression or anxiety, and they report 43% higher energy throughout the day. So that's not motivation, that's biology in motion. So if your friend says they are too tired, too sad, or too demotivated to move, tell them this, that your body isn't lazy, it's tired, set it free, and your motivation will follow. And stop chasing motivation and start chasing movement, and motivation will chase you. So if you have ever waited for motivation and it never showed up, share this with someone you love, because maybe they are waiting for the same lightning bolt. And what they need is you to strike first.
Thank you, Amritanshu. Very nicely put. And thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that. So for me, everyone, I mean, most of us feel that, motivation is always loud and very energetic. For me, it's not that. So I feel it is often very quiet. It is waking up and choosing discipline even when no one is watching. So what I have learned that it's not about feeling motivated every day, like how all of you shared. It is about building systems and rituals that carry us even on tough days. So that, according to me, is the biggest myth what I wanted to bust. So great. So that was exciting inputs from all of you. So let us move on to the third section, which is called as adding fuel. Now, in this section, we will like to know from each of our, team members today here, what is that daily practice that they do, which helps them keep them motivated and keeps them, thriving. So Tanmay, your
yes.
please your
हाँ
thoughts.
हाँ, ज़्यादातर मैं जब पहले तो मैं बोल देता हूँ कि मेरा जब गोल राइटिंग मैं डेली करता हूँ, वो मेरा हमेशा रहता ही है, क्योंकि मेरे पास एक सिर्फ स्मॉल एक डायरी है, उसको मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मैं लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन को यूज़ करके मैं उधर लिखता हूँ हमेशा। और जब टफ डे आता है तो बहुत बहुत काम का आता है, क्योंकि मैं हमेशा से ये सोने के टाइम से पहले मैं हमेशा से गोल राइटिंग को मैं ज़्यादा से मतलब ध्यान में रखते हुए मैं हमेशा से वो लिखता हूँ, मेरा गोल क्या है एवरी डे। और जब उस गोल को मैं फील करता हूँ, विजुअलाइज करता हूँ कि मैं यो अचीव कर लिया, तो वो एक अलग अलग ही फीलिंग होता है, अलग ही अच्छा लगता है। और उसको मैं देखता हूँ कि मेरा जो काम में है अगला दिन, वो पूरा डे फुल डे मेरा वो इमोशन को मैं लेके वो कैरी फॉरवर्ड करके मैं काम कर सकता हूँ। तो इसीलिए मेरा सबसे अच्छा होता है ये चीज़ कि मैं हमेशा डेली मैं ये प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ गोल राइटिंग। ज़्यादातर करता हूँ जब टफ डे होता है, तो मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्रे करता हूँ और विजुअलाइज करता हूँ। दैट इज माई रिचुअल्स।
थैंक यू मोनिका जी, आपका डेली प्रैक्टिस या वीकली प्रैक्टिस क्या है?
Kiran, as per I have a daily practices for me and my students as well in my institute and all that online classes as well. Because always women are seen to me and always afraid to speak actually. Maybe they unsure she cannot pass IELTS. So what I do to make it her motivate and given the rituals, every Monday I host affirmation session for my students, and every Tuesday I give him more tasks. And every Wednesday, weekly, we have a rituals on the weekly basis. Every day we have a different kind of rituals. Like I told, every Monday I host affirmation. And some students next day stand up in the front of the mirror. That's called mirror exercise. They always says that I can do it, I will do it, I'm the best. Or I'm not. I would say I always say to my students that I'm not here to teach actually, I'm here to transform. I write down those my journals, that tiny rituals remind me who I am and who I serve. So that's the things I really do. That's keep me my fire alive actually. Always and every day and every week.
Thank you Monica ji for sharing that. It's indeed powerful. So Amrutanshu, what is your daily ritual?
So my one is energy awareness plus intentional replenishment rituals. So I don't wait for burnout to crash. I just check my energy dashboard, and when something is low, I don't push harder. I replenish smarter through movement, breath work, stillness, micro recovery, and intentional rituals aligned. So let's say it's a Monday, I have a rough night, and there's mental fog, emotional drag, low stamina. So most people, they just grab a coffee, but I just pause and just notice that how's my mental capacity. Let's just say it's hard to focus, so it's low, and emotional energy is shaky, frustration low, while physical alertness is also low. So instead of diving into the day with depleted batteries, I initiate with a 20-minute reset ritual, working on my mental, focus breathing, and like joy-based planning, gratitude movement, and music for my emotional, and for the physical movement, mobility, and the cardio. And for the spiritual part, you just 5 minutes of stillness and intentional, like how do I want to feel today? So this shifts immediately, and it's magnetic and measurable as well. And for example, just like to tell the audience, according to the Harvard Business Review study, 52% of workers are burned out, and 69% of professionals say they are chronically tired by midweek. Yet most people treat burnout with more pressure, not more presence. So you don't need a vacation, you need a system that helps you check in and realign and reboot.
Thank you Amrutanshu for sharing that stats. It was really very interesting. So my strongest fuel is my morning ritual. So as like you might find a pattern with what everyone has shared, but this is my morning ritual is my fuel. So I normally start with silence, and I work on my breath, gratitude, and like all of us have mentioned, journaling. I think that is the most common thread, amongst all of us, where journaling is something what we do. So what it helps me is, it helps me to stay aligned with my long-term vision. And I also spend time visualizing, just like what Tanmay said, to about the kind of person I want to become. So if I miss something or I feel off and, something like that, and it is like, we just need to hit the reset button and start focusing and doing the basic things. There is no some big rocket science or anything involved. We need to do some basic things and listen to our inner voice, and that inner voice comes with stillness. So mornings, according to me, is the best time. And I let my inner self speak before the world shouts at us. Okay, anyways, we shouldn't be bothered about the world, but the morning ritual, so that is what is which drives me. That was yet another exciting session. Now let us talk about that special spark. Who do we do it for? Okay, what is that thing? It can be a member, family member, a mission, or about your higher vision or anything. So we'll talk about that in this particular section. So what we are going to address is, so especially when you are exhausted or demotivated, who or what reminds you to keep going? Tanmay,
Yes.
your thoughts about this?
Yes. So just like previous, I shared that मेरा गोल ही मेरा सबसे बड़ा एसेट है. मैं हमेशा ये बोलता हूँ. और जब मैं देखता हूँ कभी डिमोटिवेटेड, एग्जॉस्टेड, फैमिली मेम्बर में कुछ हो गया, कुछ इमोशनल कुछ प्रॉब्लम चल गया, तो मैं सिर्फ एक ही चीज़ करता हूँ, वो है प्रे. और दूसरा जो मुझे कंटिन्यू करना, मतलब मैं कंटिन्यू करता हूँ, मैं हमेशा से सोचता हूँ मेरा पर्पस क्या है, व्हाई आई स्टार्टेड दिस जर्नी. मैं एक इंजीनियर हूँ, जस्ट लाइक यू. मैं एक सिविल इंजीनियर हूँ. उसके बाद मैंने जॉब किया, उसके बाद छोड़ दिया. अभी मैं स्टूडेंट को कोचिंग कर रहा हूँ. अभी मैं स्टूडेंट को हेल्प कर रहा हूँ कैसे वो उसका मार्क ठीक करे, 90% कैसे निकाले एग्जाम में. और मैं इसी चीज़ को मैंने क्यों स्टार्ट किया, क्योंकि ये इसी ट्रेनिंग ने मुझे बहुत हेल्प किया. तो मैंने एक बात दिमाग में था कि बंगाल अभी 36 थे एजुकेशन में, पूरा कंट्री में 36 स्टेट और यूनियन टेरिटरीज मिला के 36 थे टोटल. उसमें से बंगाल 36 नंबर पर है. तो इसी पर्पस को मैं मतलब मेरा दिमाग के रख के और मैंने स्टार्ट किया था ये जर्नी. और हमेशा से जब भी मैं एग्जॉस्टेड फील करता हूँ तो एक ही चीज़ मुझे लगता है कि मेरा ये है पर्पस, दिस इज व्हाई आई स्टार्टेड. एंड दिस पर्सन हियर, दे आर हियर एंड दे आर सम. When I saw them and I read them, I always feel motivated and I always feel, no, I have to continue my journey. I have to go, because I am on a mission. I'm on a mission to transform the Bengal education system. And I will do in some years, or maybe it will take some years, but I will do it definitely. Thank you so much, Kiranji, for asking that question. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanmay, for sharing. That's indeed a great, vision what you have, and a noble cause as well. So fantastic. So let's move on to Monica ji. So what is that spark for you?
Yes, Kiran. For me, when I feel low, actually, really low, तो मैं चुप हो जाती हूँ, बस कुछ नहीं बोलती हूँ. तो उसके बाद क्या होता है कि अंदर से एक आवाज आती है, इनर वॉइस. आई ऑलवेज लिसन माय इनर वॉइस. तो मुझे ये लगता है जब मेरे अंदर से आवाज आती है, इट सेड, रुक नहीं सकती मोनिका. आई एम नॉट एबल टू स्टॉप माई सेल्फ बिकॉज आई लिव, इट इज माई मिशन. एक्चुअली आई लिव माई मिशन. I start listening my own voice and my student voice notes. Sometimes I listen to my student voice notes. What is that? Ma'am, I am passed. मैम मेरा वीजा आ गया, मैं बहुत खुश हाँ, मेरी फैमिली बहुत खुश है, ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ यूके ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲਾਈਨ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੋਟੀਵੇਟ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਅੱਖਾਂ 'ਚ ਦੇਖਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੋਟੀਵੇਟ ਕਰਦੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਂਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਇੰਸਟੀਟਿਊਟ 'ਚ, ਦੇ ਲਿਟਰਲੀ ਲਾਈਕ ਕਿਰਨ, ਦੇ ਲਿਟਰਲੀ giving me thanks to like this कि साडी कुड़ी तुसी पास कराती है, because the reason being that is my UPSC that जो कभी स्कूल नहीं गया, जड़ा कभी स्कूल नहीं गया, never went to school, I challenge to pass in a first term, मैं उसको पास करा सकती हूँ, it is my challenge in a life skill A1 एग्जाम। तो उसके लिए ये बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज और मेरे लिए ये मोटिवेशन बन जाती है कि उसको पास कराना है। So this is, and I always remember my voice, my father voice, बेटा हमेशा ट्रस्ट कमाओ, पैसे नहीं कमाने। तो मैंने ट्रस्ट कमाया है। I earn trust literally in my life because people are coming and making a call from the foreign countries, UK and itself UK, they call me and said, "मैडम मेरी कुड़ी नु पास करा दो, बस जिस तरह मर्जी मेरी कुड़ी UK आ जाए." That's it, simple. So I always do like this. I am always keep motivated to myself, to my students.
Thank you, Monica ji. That was indeed very inspiring. So beautiful. So Amritanshu, what is that spark for you?
For me, I just don't think of my goals. I think of the people who silently suffer the way I once did and don't even realize it. So I remember in 2017 lying in bed with my injuries, and my body wasn't just injured, it was shut down. So my mind was fogged, my spirit was numbed, and worst of all, I felt invisible. And that version of me, he still lives inside millions of people today. So here's what the world won't say out loud, but over 85% of adults feel tired when they wake up, not just sleepy, but already depleted before the day even starts. And 61% of professionals say they have lost the spark for the work they once loved. And 1 in 4 teens and young adults experience daily anxiety, emotional numbness, and burnout before they even enter the workforce. So on the days I feel like quitting, I remember this. I'm not building a brand, I'm building a rescue mission, and not everyone shows their pain, but almost everyone is running low on energy. So, and I refuse to leave them behind. So if someone close to you has changed, seemed tired, unmotivated, angry, or lost, don't assume they have given up. They may just be running on empty. Help them find their energy and again before it costs them their dreams.
Thank you, Amritanshu, for sharing your insights on that. And for me, that spark is, I do it for my family, my children, my wife, my parents, and I also do it for the younger version of me. Okay, so who actually at one point felt very stuck and unheard. So I want to be that person I needed back then, and I want it for others. So I want to be that person for others so that they don't ever feel that they needed someone else. So that is what is my spark. So let's come to the second part of this whole conversation. Now we'll talk about how do we fireproof the mind, how do we handle our setbacks and burnout. Okay, so what I want is we'll share our thoughts, all of us to share about how do you bounce back after a bad day, a failed launch, or moments of self-doubt. Tanmoy?
Yes. So রিসেন্টলি আমি কদিন আগে একটা ওয়ার্কশপ রেডি করেছিলাম। সো সেখানে প্রায় 80 জনকে আমি ইনভাইট করেছিলাম সেই ওয়ার্কশপে আসার জন্য, বাট নোবডি কেম মিনস কেউ আসেনি। সো যখন কেউ আসলো না, তখন প্রথম জিনিস যেটা মাথায় এলো যে আমি তাহলে নিশ্চয়ই কোথাও না কোথাও ভুল করেছি, এবং প্রচণ্ড ফেলিয়ার ফিল হচ্ছিল যে এত তার আগের দিন আমি সারা রাত জেগেছিলাম, হোল নাইট আমি ঘুমাইনি, পুরো রাতটা আমি জেগে কাজ করেছি। এবং তারপরে গিয়ে যখন দেখলাম 10টার সময় আমার সেশনটা ছিল, সেই ওয়ার্কশপটা ছিল 10টা থেকে 12টা, বাট কেউ আসেনি। অনেক আমরা ফোন করেছিলাম প্রত্যেকে, আমাদের টিমের থেকে 80 জনকে আমরা ইনভাইট করেছিলাম, বাট নোবডি কেম। দেন আমি চিন্তা করলাম যে একটাই তখন মাথায় এসেছিল থট যে তাহলে রেস্টটা ভালো পাওয়া গেল প্রথম, মানে আমি সারা রাত যেহেতু ঘুমাইনি, আমি রেস্টটা নেবো। এবারে এরকম যখন এর আগে হয়েছে, আমি একটাই জিনিস করেছি, সেটা হচ্ছে প্রে করা। আমার একটাই জিনিস আমি সবসময় এটা করি, আমি ইউনিভার্সের কাছে যাই রাত্রেবেলা, জাস্ট এমনি দুটো হাত তুলে এরকম সিম্পল, আই জাস্ট প্রে, থ্যাংক ইউ ফর দিস বিউটিফুল লাইফ, দ্যাটস ইট। অ্যান্ড বেশিরভাগ ক্ষেত্রে আমি কি করি, যদি প্রচণ্ড রেগে যায় বা প্রচণ্ড খারাপ লাগে, এরকম কোনো সিচুয়েশানে সেলফ ডাউট আসে, বেশিরভাগ সময় আমি জাস্ট বাড়ি যাই, গিয়ে একটা স্নান করে নিই, জাস্ট ওয়ান শাওয়ার, অ্যান্ড দেন ব্যাক টু নর্মাল, দ্যাটস ইট। কারণ একটাই মাথায় চিন্তা আসে, ইট ওয়াজ জাস্ট আ ব্যাড ডে, দ্যাটস ইট, নাথিং এলস। এবং সেটাই, আর কিছু না, সেটাই একমাত্র হয়। এবং আমার যত ট্রাস্ট পাইলটের স্টুডেন্টদের রিভিউগুলো তখন পড়া শুরু করি, যে না, এরা আমার থেকে কিছু না কিছু ভ্যালু পেয়েছে, কিছু না কিছু গুরুত্ব পেয়েছে, সেটাই আমার কাছে, সেটাই আমার ফুয়েল, সেটাই আমার সব কিছু, সেটাই আমার যাওয়া। এবং সেটাকেই আমি এগিয়ে নিয়ে যাই, এভাবেই আমি বাউন্স ব্যাক করি নিজেকে। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ফর আস্কিং দ্যাট কোশ্চেন।
Thank you. Very sweet to listen to Bengali. So nice. Thank you for that. Yes, Monica ji, what is your, fireproofing the mind? How do you fireproof it?
Yes, Kiran, it is wonderful and beautiful question actually, because everybody facing some time bounce back, हमेशा हम फेस करते हैं। तो मैं अपनी तरफ से ये कहूँ, सच कहूँ तो अब फेलियर से डर नहीं लगता, अब नहीं लगता, बिकॉज द रीजन बीइंग, क्योंकि हर फेलियर कुछ ना कुछ हमें सिखा के जाती है। और ये मुझे वो दिन याद है, जिस टाइम पे काफी साल पहले मैं इंटरव्यू देती थी जॉब के लिए, नाउ आई हैव अ न्यू बिजनेस। तो उस टाइम पे जब मैं इंटरव्यू देने के लिए प्रिपेयर होती थी ना, तो मैं अपने आप से ये बोलती थी, मोनिका, इट्स चैलेंज एंड लेट्स हैव अ न्यू एक्सपीरियंस। सिलेक्ट होना रिजेक्ट होना दैट डजंट मैटर, बट एक एक्सपीरियंस मुझे जरूर मिलेगा। ये मैं हमेशा अपने आप को बोलती थी, और ये घर से निकलते हुए बोलती थी, लेट्स हैव अ न्यू एक्सपीरियंस। तो ये लाइन मुझे आज भी याद है, और ये लाइन मैं आज भी अपने आप को बोलती हूँ। और मैं अपने स्टूडेंट्स को भी ये बोलती हूँ कि नेवर लाइक नो, जो नो होती है ना, इट्स अ, ये मुझे ज्यादा पीसफुल लगती है, ज्यादा पावरफुल लगती है, और ज्यादा पर्पसफुल लगती है। नो मीन्स नेक्स्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी, नेक्स्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी। और मैं हमेशा अपने आप को जज नहीं करती, और मैं सिर्फ ये लाइनें याद रखती हूँ, बाउंस बैक विद ग्रेस नॉट गिल्ट।
Fantastic. Thank you, Monica ji. That's very powerful indeed. Amritanshu, what is your way of fireproofing your mind?
So for me, it's like if people assume I'm always high energy, always positive, but the truth is I also have rough days too. So there are moments when my launch doesn't perform the way I envision, my engagement drops after weeks of planning, or my own mind whispers, maybe this won't work. So in those moments, I don't fake positivity, but I rebuild energy first, because everything else flows from there. So here's how exactly I take the steps that will help me to bounce back. First one is reset my physical energy, move weight and move the mood, refocus on my mental energy so that I can break the pattern, and reconnect my emotional energy for my higher purposes, and recenter my spiritual energy, stillness and surrender. I don't ask the universe to make it easy. I ask for strength to stay aligned with my mission. And it also helps me to uh, remind me that success isn't just in the plan, it's in the comeback. So next time if someone in your family has breakdown, don't push them to try harder, teach them to rebuild their energy, because bouncing back isn't about mental toughness, it's about energy mastery.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amritanshu. So that is where your holistic approach comes from. So thanks for that. And as far as me, actually, trading teaches me humility. Okay. So there are days when I have lost more than just money. I have also lost confidence. But then I learned to pause, to reflect and reset. Okay. So I stop the noise, return to my rituals, get to the basics, and remind myself of this. Okay. One bad trade doesn't make me a bad trader, and one bad day doesn't make me a failure. It's more about resilience and not about perfection. So that is how I fireproof my mind. Now we are coming to the final thing, the ultimate thing, the climax. Okay, which is going to be very rapid fire, and I want all of you to share. It's called as the lightning round, and I want you to share 5 words. 5 words, which is the fuel for you. It can be anything. So I want those 5 words from all of you.
So I will share this from the Muhammad Ali quote because that really transformed my life. 3 lines, not only 5 words. Number 1, I am the champion. I am the greatest. I will show you how great I am. That 3 line changes my life completely. I am a champion. I am the greatest, and I will show you how great I am. That is my inner thing, inner talk. Yes.
Super. That was great. Fantastic. Monica ji, aapka fuel in 5 words or anything else?
Yes, in my 5 words, it's alignment. My 5 fuel words. I always repeating every time I repeating, and now I realize from my mentor I learned what is alignment actually. Alignment is very much beautiful thing. When we align, everything happens automatically.
Yeah.
The second one is purpose actually, because I'm not just teaching else, I'm a transforming lives and pain into power. The fourth one is courage. Sometimes I was afraid actually to take action. Now I would courage to think to in every aspect. The last one is very important. I always teach my students and to me as well. That is fear to into freedom. Always live life fear into a freedom. I always convert it to my all the women, all the students. ये सब हैं जो एक लेडीज को एक वुमन को अंदर से जगाना है. That's why I live, that's why I lead, and that is I pour into every woman as a coach.
Thank you, Monica ji, for sharing your insights on that. Amritanshu, what are your 5 fuels?
For me, number 1 is energy, the real currency of life. Number 2 is purpose, why you get out of bed. Number 3 is connection, healing through others. And number 4 is resilience, the bounce back muscle. And the 5th one is the freedom, the ultimate destination. And I would love to end with this quote. When you are tired, don't quit, recharge, because your family doesn't need your hustle. They need your energy, purpose, connection, resilience, and freedom.
Fantastic. Thank you, Amritanshu, for sharing that, those 5 powerful fuel words. For me, it is about clarity, about simplicity, about focus, having the faith, and creating a legacy. So these are my 5 fuel words. Great, fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. We had a very interesting session where, all of us have given our insights, and, it has been a wonderful session. I would request all our audience, you can find the links of all of us in the description below. If you would like to get in touch with any one of us for any kind of help related to our core areas, you are more than welcome. We'll be very glad to be of service to you. So please go through the description and you will find all the links. So to conclude, I would like to say that, it was a, fire-filled session. Okay, so the mindset shifts to health rituals and, building confidence in teens to helping women rewrite their future. So today, it was a reminder that motivation is not a spark, it's a daily choice. Okay, I would like to convey my thanks to Tanmoy, Monica, Amritanshu, and myself, including me, for generously sharing our wisdom and energy. And to everyone watching and listening, fuel your fire every day. Okay, surround yourself with growth minded people and never forget you have everything within you to stay lit, even in the darkest moments. So until next time, stay inspired, stay intentional, and keep your fire burning.